Hi, I'm Ken Miller, Director of Entertainment for the Broadmoor Hotel. Welcome to Broadmoor Entertainment's Interview Cafe. Lenny Price is a saxophonist, singer, songwriter, arranger, music educator, and clinician. He was born in Omaha, Nebraska. He began his musical life showing great promise on clarinet and oboe before finally discovering his true love, the sax. He gained proficiency rather quickly and was strongly influenced by Grover Washington Jr., David Sanborn, and Maceo Parker. After earning his Bachelor of Science degree from the United States Naval Academy, Lenny resumed his musical career singing and playing keyboards with bands in Baltimore, Maryland, and Washington, D.C. In 1986, he returned to Metro Detroit on a mission to make up for lost time in his chosen profession. Lenny teamed up with engineer Mike Moore to record 4 original compositions in late 1989. The result was his debut solo recording, From My Heart. The self-produced release, which has sold thousands of units to date, features him on saxophones, keyboards, drum programming, and vocals. Building upon his solo success, Lenny established credentials as a creative and versatile sideman on recordings with a wide variety of artists, including the Four Tops, Randy Crawford, and David Peaston. So far, Lenny considers his ongoing touring and recording with Grammy winner Earl Klugh to be the highlight of his career. Lenny is a friend. He's a great guy, and he just plays so well. We are so honored to have him for the 7th time at the Broadmoor with the Weekend of Jazz and Earl Klugh. And now, here's our interview with Lenny Price. The questions we normally ask are, tell us a little bit about your creative process. Like, are you working on a new project or education? I know you're big into education too, so whatever you'd like to tell us about creatively.
Well, there's, as you pointed out, there are 2 big sides to my life. One is being a teacher, and the other is being a player. And when I'm lucky, I get to balance the 2 together. So right now I'm working on a project to do the music of the Yellow Jackets. So that is the fan in me getting to explore music that I really, really love. Because sometimes playing on the smooth jazz circuit, people get the misconception that we actually can't play, and you and I have talked about how artists like Bob and Earl are sometimes misunderstood because their music is popular. Sometimes the critics will give the public the misconception that their music is easy. I can tell you right away, Earl's music is not easy. I've been with him for 12 years, and there's always something new to discover. And to this being the first chance to play with Bob, I've discovered the same thing is true. So this project is basically going to start at the beginning of the Yellow Jackets from their first album, the Yellow Jackets, and their first tune. That's the opening tune of the set. And I'm going to go through all of the records. And the reason why I wanted to do that, I wanted to challenge myself as a musician. For those that are not aware of this group, they are phenomenal musicians. And again, if you read their reviews, they're put in the category as a smooth jazz group, which boggles my mind.
It's definitely not.
Yeah. They're the farthest thing from a smooth jazz group. And so as I'm trying to continue my own development as a player, why not dig into some of the more challenging material? Wow. And so we're doing 19 songs from their book, and then 4 songs that I've written that are inspired by their style. Wow. So I have some great guys from the Seattle area, some pros, Andy Amdahl, Gary Williams is a great drummer up there, Mike Japp, great keyboard player, and Rick White, who is a fantastic bass player from the Seattle area. So these guys are going to be my band, and we're going to explore this music.
That's exciting.
Well, it is exciting, and the beauty is that I get to tell my students through my own work what's important to me. And you can tell the student all day long, but if they see the music that you choose to play, they get a better idea of what's important to you. And music that they're not aware of, then they become aware of it through your own work. I have a group called the Galileo Quartet, as I'm sure you know. We did a CD, and with that group, I was able to introduce them to the Yellow Jackets a little bit, and then introduced them to Joe Sample a little bit, and introduced them to Pat Metheny a little bit.
Wow.
And for a student, there's nothing better than playing music. You can sit all day and you can listen to it, but until you actually try to make your hands do what's necessary, then you have the complete understanding of, oh yeah, this isn't easy, or it may sound easy, but it isn't. So that's the most exciting project. And the way that I'm starting that off is this gig is 4 months away. So as you know, I'm an alto player mostly,
right.
Alto saxophonist. Well, the Yellow Jackets book requires a lot of tenor playing.
Yeah.
So
especially the later Yellow Jackets.
as you get later, they started off with no saxophone player.
Right, right, yeah.
So that's going to be the fun part. The early tunes, we're going to arrange for trumpet and saxophone, which they had neither.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you get into the middle section where Mark Russo was their sax player, great altoist. And then Bob Mincer joined the group. He's a tenor player. So for the next 4 months, the tenor gets pulled out, and it, you know, it gets a lot of work. And that's what's fun about music, is that, I was just talking to Nelson about this, you never get to your destination, no matter who you are.
What a great way to put that.
No matter what you experience, I think that you never get completely where you're trying to go. I know that Michael Brecker, was one of the great saxophone players. He continued to evolve. He never stopped searching. And I think that that's the mark of a great player, is that you never get satisfied with what you know now. It's like the things that you don't know that are the most intriguing. So as a musician, to be able to explore this music that I've loved for 25 years now, it opens possibilities for my own creativity when I do my own music.
Huh.
And the same thing has been true of playing with Earl.